Congresswoman Lee, thanks for joining us on Top Line. Now, you have been debating this week on the floor of the House a resolution regarding Afghanistan. I know you're one of the most vocal opponents of the war in Afghanistan, voting against the resolution in the first place. But what are you hoping to accomplish with this and sending a message to the Obama White House?
In this instance, and I'm not sure the White House is supporting what happened with the Defense Authorization Bill, but there was a section 1034, inserted in the bill that would greatly expand the war, which is the longest war in American history now. It would expand Afghanistan, but also it would expand the authorization to use force and to go into war anywhere in the world for any given length of time, whether there was any connection to 9/11 or not. It also has in that provision that associated forces are part of the category of recipients of whatever war-making strategies would take place. So this is just another blank check. It expands the resolution that I voted against in 2001, and we hope we can strike that from the bill. I must say it's been really wonderful working with my Republican colleagues. We have Congressman Amash and others to do this in a bipartisan way, because I think both Democrats and Republicans understand that giving any president this blank check is not in our national security interest, nor is it constitutional.
The other day, Cornel West referred to President Obama as being in charge of America's killing machine and being happy about it. What do you think about those comments?
Oh, you know, I think that Professor West should comment on his comments himself. I believe that I need to comment on what I believe in, and I think that, first of all, the president had indicated during the campaign that he was going to begin to end the war in Iraq. You know, that still hasn't ended, but we're working to make sure that that does totally end and we bring our troops home. Secondly, I must say that my resolution passed the DNC several months ago. We negotiated this with the White House that says that come July, we must have a significant and sizable withdrawal of troops. And so I believe that the president should honor that commitment. I know that the public, over 70% of the public wants us out of Afghanistan. And so we're working very hard to make sure that we begin to end what is the longest war in American history. This is something that's very hard to do because we have not yet bipartisan consensus that this should end, but we're building that. And I believe that it's in our national security interest to begin to end this and also look at a smarter security strategy which ensures our national security, but also that allows us to use the $100 billion that we're sending into Afghanistan for economic security and to create jobs here at home for Americans.
What specifically is your concern with the Obama administration? Clearly, this is a White House that you generally support. Do you feel like the president himself doesn't get the message on this, or that he's just not moving quickly enough?
First, as a member of Congress, we have a responsibility to our constituents. This is the people's house, and I have supported the president from day one since he ran for the Senate, and I think he is doing a phenomenal job. He has the weight of the world on his shoulders. That doesn't mean we're going to always agree 100% on anything. You know, every member of Congress has their congressional responsibility, their oversight responsibility, and their responsibilities as the legislative branch of Congress to be advocates and to ensure accountability and oversight. And so as a member of Congress, I'm going to continue to exert my responsibilities, my constitutional duties in that regard. And so I think that the president is listening to Congress. He sees what's taking place in the country, and I have a lot of faith in him. I think he's done a fine job, and I know he's going to continue to move to begin to end this war in Afghanistan. I'm confident of that.
Congresswoman, the other big issue out there is the debt limit. We have these bipartisan negotiations with Vice President Biden going on, trying to find spending cuts and maybe some revenue hikes. A lot of disagreement. But, you know, the other day he said that he thinks they can get to $1 trillion in spending cuts. Could you ever support a bill that would cut $1 trillion from the federal government?
Let me say, first of all, that we've got to address our deficit in a big way. The reason we got into this deficit is because of the three wars now that we're in, of course, Iraq, Afghanistan, but also the huge Bush tax cuts, the Wall Street fiasco. the American people did not cause this economic recession. We know why this recession was caused, and we know what has caused the deficit. And so, no, I will not support these horrible cuts, because these are going to affect the most vulnerable, the poor, middle-income individuals, low-income individuals, people who had no hand in creating this deficit. It's the Pentagon, it's these huge tax cuts, the Bush tax cuts, it's Wall Street, the oil companies, these subsidies we've been giving away to the oil companies. Come on, we've got to be real, and we've got to address the deficit in a way that makes sense.